What's up everybody? AJ here. Today we're playing with onions and using the compost bucket to catch all the good stuff. But this is something we've never done before. And that dirt right here is kind of the mixture we used with the really dark black dirt we had, black soil we had mixed with, you know, some other random soil just to kind of stretch it a little further, and we're just gonna see how it works. But anyways, Deer, go ahead and tell them what you're doing. I helped a little bit to get these ones done, but I was just kind of following what she told me to do. But what are we doing on these?
We're trying the growing onions from onions, the sprouted old onions. And so I was just looking up a bit to see how that works. And apparently I was originally just sticking them in the dirt like this, you know. But apparently you do want to peel them and get all the papery stuff and the layers down, because you've got all these different little sprouts coming out from one. And you can get all of them. Then you get 3 or 4 out of, or maybe just 2 or whatever out of one onion, so you might as well get what you can. And then you can see already there's some little roots coming out at the bottom, the little white roots coming out, wanting just like the sprouts out the top. So we're gonna struggle to peel the onion to get to the different sections.
A little longer than we intended because I don't know how to edit out the, you know, this part of it. So you just get to watch us do the whole thing while she talks.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Where I can ramble on about other random stuff. So yeah, we been out here, what, 10-15 minutes probably, pulling all these other ones, and you know, just using random containers that we have around the house. Like these little guys here. And like what she was saying to me was, you got to get all of the like papery type of stuff off of there so that doesn't kind of kill it out a little bit, right? If you have
it evidently can
rot
and cause problems, rather.
Right, and so if you look at this, on each one of these, you can really, truly see the little roots and stuff on there. And then we're just going to use each one of these little, you know, containers to fill this up, or to fill these into with the soil that we collected. And once we get them all in there, then we'll let them grow in the house for a while, and then we'll go transplant them out into the soil. We're not going to go in the same spot we did with them before, because this would be our second year with them. So we want to get out of that area, basically. So we're going to move to a different area to try to hopefully not get any, you know, bugs or anything like that into there.
This is neat. Look at that. It has a whole nother little hidden section down in there.
It's a tumor.
So, yeah. I don't know if we can look. It has little root nodules. We might be able to get that one even as a separate little.
So it's not a tumor.
Oh, I didn't do that right. I busted it off. Darn it. Well, anyhow, that's one thing about it. When you're peeling them, you don't want to peel too aggressively down here at the base where the little roots are, because you don't want to mess up the new ones coming out like these guys.
That's what's kind of time consuming about all this.
Yeah. And so, anyhow, and then when you get to the core.
Finally. And this is the little area that we had them in at first. So we had all these little onions planted in this area. And this was in the house. So we had, it looks like 8 of them in there. And from the 8, we're going to end up with, you know,
Potentially
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 20. Potentially 26 onions. So that's the reason why we're deciding to do this and kind of film it, and just for our own
knowledge later on instead of just throwing them in there, or you go to the store. This is kind of what they do when you go to the store and you buy the little shoots, I guess you'd call them. Somebody has already taken this time to do this, I think. Kind of. But
You mean the sets?
yeah, the sets.
Onion
Thank
sets?
you.
Oh, righto.
Yeah.
Okay, so there I finally got into this one to where you can see the sections, and then you can either use a knife if you need to, or if you can, like this one's bigger, and I think I could probably just break it apart, but you just kind of want to be careful not to break it off. You want to break that root base like that, and be gentle on the root bottom while you're working with it and stuff as much as you can. Anyhow, and then that would be one that we can stick in the dirt.
Those are really nice root bases. So that's pretty much what it is. Do you want to get these on here as well because it's kind of rotten? Or
Yeah.
You just want to kind of, okay.
That one, see this here I could still separate, I think, another time, because you can see it's got another separate sprout, but I don't know, maybe I should just put that whole thing in.
I'd roll with that one, yeah.
This onion is going to be more interesting because it is flat rotten and it's squishy rotten and molded. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but the sprouts are doing well, so this will be interesting and
Yeah, sprouts look
gross
really
probably
nice.
on the inside,
That's what you're doing.
and we'll see what we get out of it, and then how the bottoms of these sprouts look when we find them.
So from over here,
Ugh, yeah.
It just smells way stronger of onion to me. Because when you're doing the other ones, and when we were doing the other ones, I could smell the onion.
Yeah.
But as you're busting in this one, it just smells like really strong onion.
Well, see, it's moldy and stuff, but there's still more to peel off of it. So I'm going to just try to split it. If it's too soft, which I don't think it feels like it is. There we go. And then, so that's cool. Oh, there is roots. Right there's one, see?
Zoom in on that.
And then right down there's a little nodule. Root.
All right, cool. So, very
And
rotten,
so,
very strong smell.
yeah, we'll just go ahead and finish peeling and cleaning this up, because obviously we don't want to plant the mold in there. But, I mean, the whole thing is firm outside of the, sliminess of this.
If you plant the mold, you grow the penicillin, though.
Oh,
Is that not how that works?
I'm not sure. Penicillin works, but I can't even work an onion, so. God. And try to get all that off.
Huh. Is
Anywho,
it super slick? Is it slicker
it's
than...
slimy, yeah.
They're slimy, yeah. Because I noticed some of the other ones were really slimy, but they were in really good condition. So I was wondering if that's slimier than the other ones. Obviously, I would think so because of the mold and stuff, but...
Yeah. That green looks a little... I'm just going to use that to take off another layer. There we go. That went better. And I've also heard they always seem like they really recommend going layer by layer when you're peeling your onions. You don't want to just hack into it or anything.
Right on.
And that's because little root fibers can be also in between the layers.
Okay.
And so when you peel them apart, you'll sometimes find them that way. And
If you just grab and chunk it off, you could potentially rip a bunch of roots.
right, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So it looks like you're getting down to some nice white now.
Yeah, trying to get, I better do another one. Like that kind of scarred spot there. You don't really want, I guess, like dents in your veggies. So
10% off.
I can't get to just that layer very good. There we are. So I'm just trying to get that one damaged layer all the way off. So this is a really cleaned up sprout. And like at the bottom, peeling kind of tearing away across or whatever rather than ripping off
Right.
this way helps, I think, to not
Accidentally.
damage the roots down at the base
Right.
in the root. I think you can see right there. If you, I don't know if you can see close enough. There's tiny nodules right there coming out of this
Yeah. I think you can get 'em
end
on.
of it. So even though it was totally moldy, mush, gross, the sprouts are still firm and doing good. And so we're gonna go with it, and you can apparently still work with this. We'll see what happens.
Will we have these kind of separated so that we'll know the shitty moldy ones, or is it just gonna be like, oh, I think these were those?
Well, we could, yeah.
All right. So I think that's what we'll do is kind of separate these out so we
We
can
can see
Oh, come on.
just to see how these work.
And now this one is wanting to, like, see when I'm pulling it apart, trying to break it, and it wants to fold right here. And so it's gonna damage it. It's gonna break it. See?
You want to use your knife.
I don't want to do that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of prop them apart with my fingers and get my knife in there.
Okay.
And you have to be careful not to cut your onion, of course. It's like we were just dealing with that other scarred one.
So maybe
And then look and see. I don't know. I try to not just chop through roots, and right there's a couple I can see, and right over here's a few. So I'm gonna try to aim to cut down between to section these. And then at the same time trying not to cut myself. I also don't want to mush up the roots with my thumb.
Hey, I got a tourniquet. I've got training.
you know.
I got you covered, honey.
So, yay, I didn't hurt. I don't
Excellent.
think I hurt anything. And we can finish cleaning these up and then put them in the dirt, which when you plant them, then I guess you just, that one's getting screwed. Okay, these three are this. You just are gonna put all the way in to where the tops, the sprouts are
Right.
what's out, but the bulb and stuff is that might even need more, but
No.
because the green is mainly what you want out. Those might be a little too shallow yet, but and then water them good and keep them moist.
As you're
And-
doing this, it doesn't really matter the depth on it as much, or I'm sorry, the spacing as much, because we're going to bring them out and put them in the soil, correct? So the spacing on it.
Well, I'm not sure about the transplanting, like
Oh, okay.
on these. I think we'll probably just leave them in what they're in.
Okay.
So that's why I was kind of thinking 3 in this one.
Because it'll get you about the same spacing that you truly need then. Or close enough, anyways, maybe.
Well, that's one thing about it. I don't know what the end result really is going to or could be. And if y'all look it up, if you find someone who's like, here's my onions I regrew, and look, they made this kind of onion, and this is the end product. That's the part I ain't sure of. So that will be interesting to do a follow-up video on, though, after we do this. It's going to take a few months or whatever, and then see what comes out of it, and then we'll know what the regrowth onion is,
Right on.
end result is.
Sounds good to me then.
But even if they're small, if you get however many you said, out of
Yeah.
5 or whatever we had, why then that's good.
Yeah, that's a
Free,
really
new,
good.
fresh little onions.
Exactly, yeah.
White and red. We're doing, we have these ones here, a couple of the yellow, I guess, onion, and the bulk of them here's the red onions.
Righto. Yeah, so that's perfect then.
Oh, and also, either way, bulb aside, of course, you could always harvest and eat the, greens if you
greens,
want.
yeah.
And you could always just let them go to seed, and at least you get the seeds, and then you can start from seed to have bigger bulbs out of onions, the next generation.
Now, I know we got seeds last year, but did we keep any of them, or did we just let them fall and see if we have any regrowth?
A little of both.
Okay. So that might be interesting this year,
Pretty
too.
sure I gathered some, but yeah.
So that'd be interesting for us.
Because we did have that natural regrowth out there
Right.
from onions that were 2 years ago, and then they came back, and they were fair-sized bulbs, but they were also like these, like bunched, you know, in big sections together. When I pulled them, I think maybe most of them did that, but I mean,
So now if they
that's
naturally
not doing it this way. So
if they naturally regrow, we may just go ahead and let them stay there instead of moving them to a different spot, because we had talked about moving the potatoes and stuff,
yeah,
alternating our crops a
Well-
little bit this year.
yeah.
If they naturally regrow, probably just let them stay.
I'm more inclined to let something grow where
Yeah.
it wants to.
Okay.
If it can start out good, then it, you know, if it looks like it's probably, or it has grown there before, then it would be likely to be able to survive and grow in the spot it's in. Why then just
Right.
let it grow, you know?
10-4.
But
Sounds good to me, and I keep accidentally catching that ugly Ranger in the edge of the screen there, so I just want to throw it out there that that is a complete work vehicle, so please don't judge my little truck.
don't focus on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that side. No,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can look at the eggs.
She looks good. Anyways, so the junk you see there also, that's going away tonight because we're going to have ourselves a little bonfire.
Yay.
Thank you all for watching. Sorry I didn't do a live yesterday. I have a short video of me being stuck in Dollar General temporarily because we had a power outage over the entire city and a couple cities actually around here. And so with that being said, the last thing on my mind was doing a live because, you know, power's a little bit more important than doing a YouTube deal. So sorry about that, but anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, honey, for doing doing the video and all this information. And we will talk to you guys later.
And good luck with your onions.
Yes. All right, later.